Hi, and welcome to the data overview for Cumming Elementary School. This presentation is for the 5th grade team, and it is presented by myself, Stacy Lemons. The first thing I would like to go over is the purpose of this presentation, and the purpose is to review the milestone results for English Language Arts for both the school, county, and state, to review the milestone results for the school for the past 2 years, and to analyze the data to determine next steps in ELA instruction. Some questions that I want you to consider as we are going through some of this data is, how do we compare in our English Language Arts milestone scores to the county? How do we compare to the state? Have we made improvements in our English Language Arts milestone scores? What are some of our strengths and opportunities in our current English Language Arts instruction? What can we do to make a positive impact on milestone scores? And how can we continue to collect data to ensure our curriculum is successful? So let me tell you a little bit about Cumming Elementary School. We are located in Forsyth County in Cumming, Georgia. We currently serve 954 students, grades pre-K through 5th. Of these students, 52% of them are Hispanic and come from Spanish-speaking homes. 22% of these students have a disability, which is the highest in the county, and 62% of these students are on free and reduced lunch. And we're going to look at some data charts in just a second on that. Here are the enrollment numbers for the past 4 years. So as you can see, in 2013, we started with 878 students, and we have grown incrementally every year. In this past school year, we had 954 students. So we are continuing to grow here at Cumming Elementary. Here is some breakdown of our student enrollment by ethnicity, school, county, and state. So the school, here we have 43.1% of our school is of white ethnicity, 52% is of Hispanic ethnicity, which is very great considering that our county is only 13.5% Hispanic. And then our Asian, Black, and multiple ethnicities is very small, equaling about 5% of our school, which does mirror the county as well. Our ethnic breakout actually looks different from both the county and the state. We have a greater Hispanic population than both the county and the state combined. By gender, as you can see, all the school and the county and the state are all pretty much in line with each other, 48% female, 52% male gender enrollment. Socioeconomic status. Here at Cumming Elementary School, we have 56% of our school is on free lunch, 6% of the school is on reduced lunch, and 38.1% of the school does not qualify for free or reduced lunch. And this is in stark contrast to our county, where 15.5% of the county is on free lunch, and 3% of the county is on reduced lunch, and 81.5% of the county is ineligible for free and reduced lunch. But we are very similar to the state of Georgia, where 56.6% of the state is eligible for free lunch, 5.8% is eligible for reduced lunch, and 37.6% is not eligible for free or reduced lunch. Here at our school, we have 79 full-time teachers employed. This creates a 12-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, which is the lowest in the county. Less than 1% of our teacher population is male. However, we are very heavily female. Our teacher ethnicity, out of the 79 teachers, 72 of them are from white ethnic descent, and 7% of them are from Hispanic. So a very stark contrast to our student population. We're going to be looking at our milestone scores. So just a few facts on the milestone. It replaced the CRCT in 2013-2014 school year. The goal of the milestone is to measure student achievement of the state adopted content standards. The English Language Arts portion of the test is a mixed assessment of multiple choice, open-ended response, and writing. This particular test is administered to students grades 3 and up. And the scoring on this test, you're either scored as a beginner, developing, proficient, and distinguished. And the goal is to have all of your students in the proficient category. And distinguished means that they're above where they need to be. Developing is they're slightly below where they need to be, and beginner is they're not where they need to be at all. So let's look at some of our results. So here are the results from the 2014-2015 school year. Here you can see we have the school in blue, the county is in red, and the state is in gold. So as you can see, we have a very high number of students that scored in the beginning category for milestones in English language arts, more so than we did in our county, but less than we did in our state. In the developing, the same is true. We definitely had more kids score in the developing area than we did compared to our county. Proficient, our number starts to drop a little bit. We are definitely not as proficient as we need to be according to the county, but we are more proficient than the state. And distinguished, we are significantly less distinguished than the county, but still more distinguished than the state. Milestone results for school year 2015-2016 kind of tells the same story. The positive here is that we did increase our proficiency a little bit over the developing area versus the previous year. So let's look at that. Let's look at a side-by-side comparison to both years. So here we go. The blue line is the 2015-2016 school year, and the red line is the 2014-2015 school year. So as you can see here, the proficient, we did increase our proficiency here between 2015 and 2016, which is great, but everything else pretty much stayed the same. So let's talk about some of these scores. So we see now that we need to increase our proficiency in our English language arts scores, especially those compared to our county. And as we increase student enrollment, we need to increase teachers on staff. And based off of the data, we're probably going to increase student enrollment in the upcoming year. Our staff should better mirror our students' ethnicities. That's a very stark contrast there. We definitely need to take a look at our reading comprehension scores leading up to 5th grade, and we probably need to further dive into scores to see the breakdowns in the different portions of the ELA assessment. Where is it that we're missing the mark? Is it the writing portion? Is it the open-ended portion? Or is it in multiple choice? So what I want you guys to talk about now, given the data that we do have, is how can we use our high student to teacher ratio to increase these English language arts scores? What can we do in the classroom to increase English language arts scores? And how can we use data to help us drive instruction? After we have this discussion, we are going to share our thoughts on those issues. We are going to come together to create an action plan to improve our English language arts results so that we can have a higher percentage of proficient learners. We want to determine how we will assess this action plan to determine its success. And then we're going to set up an additional meeting date to adjust action plan after the data is collected. Here are some of the references that I used to put this presentation together. Thank you very much for your time.